Chapter 760, Haunted Auditorium Phantom. It starts in the park. Eddie was walking through the park enjoying the beautiful sunny day. Man, morning Eddie. Eddie, hey sir. Woman, what's up Eddie? Eddie, not much ma'am. Just this guy. Laughs. Woman, laughs, that's funny Eddie. Kevin, what's shakin' dude? Eddie, not much Kev. But then he heard someone crying and it was Luan. Eddie, concerned, Luan? Eddie found her sitting on a bench crying her eyes out. Eddie, Luan, are you all right? Luan, crying, hugs Eddie. Oh Eddie. He came and laughed with his new girlfriend. Eddie, who did Luan? Luan, crying hard, my ex-boyfriend Benny. And his new girlfriend Angela. Eddie, that kid that cheated on you? Luan, that's him. Eddie, wait till I get my hands on him. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Later William and Riku were holding Benny in place. William, he and Riku are holding Benny down. I'm sorry, I thought I just heard this new girl call this guy Luan's ex. Eddie, walks behind Benny. You heard right. So I thought the four of us should give him a little warning about what happens the next time he hurts our comedy queen. Maria punched Benny in the stomach. Pow. Eddie, you see, I've already had a nice morning. When I found my girlfriend crying in the park, that just made my morning bad. I don't like it when she's that upset. You know what I dislike even more? When someone she cares about plays her. She gave you nothing but love and affection. And what did you do? Nothing. Except fucking cheat on her. Benny grunted as William twisted his arm. The Redemption Squad leader's eyes was as cold as ice. Riku's eyes were burning maliciously in a way that reminded Sora of when he was being manipulated by Maleficent, and Maria looked like she was seconds away from killing Benny. Eddie, you could have told Luan that things weren't working out between you two. But instead, you decide to play with her feelings and dump her when she was no longer useful to you. Even I wasn't that low back in my scamming days. Benny winces in pain as Riku and William tighten their grips on him. Things just weren't working out. I had to move on. Eddie, and you didn't even consider how she felt? I've got a lot of bad things to say to you before Maria, William, and Riku beat up. Eddie then let out a massive ballistic rant and a scream so loud that everyone all over the city heard. Eddie, screaming at the top of his lungs, you are the worst ever fucked up and most despicable fucking freak of nature boyfriend that has ever lived, and you are the most fucked up shit-faced freak of nature ever. You make me sick, and you are the worst ever loser that ever lived, and your jokes are as fucked up, and you have the ugliest fucking face that has ever been seen. You look in the mirror and you crack it and you give everyone bad luck. You are the worst boyfriend ever, and your jokes can make even blind kids cry. You are so fucked up that I would rather lick a toilet 2,000 years than have anyone date a pompous fuck-lipped fucksack like you. You wouldn't even know a good joke if it hit you in your fucked up, worthless, comedy-hating fucked up face. Eddie's rant was so loud that we heard it all the way from the estate. Me? Holy shit. That is one loud voice Eddie has. Back with Eddie and everyone. Eddie's face was red and on fire, and he was panting like mad as smoke was coming out of his ears. William, wow. Eddie, that was a nasty rant. Eddie, calms down, sorry about that. Maria, that's all right. But man, you really laid down your law on him. Riku, I'll say. Not even I am that loud. Luan walked up to Benny. Luan, to Benny, at least I know Eddie is a better man than you are now. Eddie, to the others, Luan just made one request. Don't kill him. Panic flickered in Benny's eyes, and Riku chuckled darkly as William grinned. Riku, Maria sauntered up to lean on Benny's back. We'll try not to. Eddie, just don't interrupt us for the rest of the morning, please. Maria, I'm not suicidal. Eddie and Luan went back to the estate, but not before hearing the first scream of pain that Benny let out. Eddie, boo. That sounded painful. Maria, William, and Riku came back. Luan, is he still alive? Riku rubs ice pack against his knuckles. He was when I left. Though William was once Xana's general and Maria was formerly a Metabreed member, so they may have more tricks than I do for making him scream. Luan, while I kind of feel bad for him now, I still can't help but think he deserved it. Riku, for hurting you that much? He deserves everything we're giving him. Luan, thanks for having my back. You, Eddie, William, Maria. Riku, of course we came. Did you think we wouldn't? William, he and Maria catch up to them as he nurses his bruised knuckles with Maria in her swimsuit due to strongly using her powers. Of course we would. Besides, it was nice to get our frustrations out on someone since we still have a lot of villains to fight. Maria grins while carrying her clothes, so it's a win-win. Luan hugs them. It still means so much. William kisses the top of her head. No problem, Luan. Maria hugs her tightly. Benny was on the ground and he pulled out a marionette, and it was Ms. Apple Blossom. Ms. Apple Blossom, British accent, to a brutally beaten up Benny. You really screwed up big time, Benjamin. Benny, weak. Now's not the time, Ms. Apple Blossom. I'm in too much pain to talk. Benny was taken to the hospital. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Back at the estate we were watching TV and playing pool and card games. Me and Jared were lifting really heavy weights with Lynn and Lightning, and we were working up a tremendous sweat. I was lifting up a barbell with 500-ton weights on it. Me grunts, this is no problem for me. Jared grunts, easy for you, huh, Dad? Lynn, you guys are really strong like me. Lynn was running on a treadmill set at marathon level. Lightning, you have amazing speed, Lynn. Lynn, panting, thanks, Lightning. When you work with sports you build up strength and speed. Later we rested. Me, you. What a workout. Jared, you said it, Dad. Lynn, that was awesome, guys. Hey Jared, can I ask you a question? Jared, sure, Lynn. What's up? Lynn, how did you and Allenby meet? Jared, well, I told this to most of you but not everyone. We went to the living room. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Lana was looking at herself in the mirror with Skippy by her side. Lana, wow. My Super Angel 20,000 form looks incredible. I feel like a grown woman in this form. Skippy, you sure do, Lana. You are 7 years old but you are amazing when you look like this. Lana, thanks, Skips. Lana picked him up. Lana, shall we go for a fly together? Skippy, I'm always up for a fly. They went outside and flew around. Me, aw, that is so adorable. Jared, it sure is. Guys, I'm going to share for all of you what happened when me and Allenby met. Lori, we've literally been wondering about that, Jared. Jared, it's an amazing story. Flashback. Jared, narrating, it was back in the time we came from. Shortly after I inherited the family sword, I was doing a simulator exercise where I faced the awesome and godly power of the first person ever to utilize chakra, Kagaya Tsutsuki. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. A millennium ago, Kagaya arrived on Earth with a portion of the clan in search for the fruit of the god tree, which chakras she was supposed to provide to the clan's main family in another the anime. Upon her arrival, she was discovered by the people of the land of ancestors, who brought her before their emperor, Tenji. Identifying herself as the god tree's guardian, Kagaya used a mysterious power to wipe Tenji's memories of the encounter and subsequently settled among his people, becoming recognized as his concubine. Growing closer with the emperor, she eventually fell pregnant. When the land of that began to threaten the land of ancestors over a border dispute, Tenji attempted to prevent the outbreak of war by declaring that anyone who attacked the larger nation's representatives was to be executed, an order which she broke when she was threatened by them, resulting in her and her assistant Aino becoming hunted by their land to be executed. Losing all faith in humanity but still longing for peace, Kagaya believed that it was necessary for her to attain godlike powers in order to put an end to all of humanity's conflicts. So, Despite her clan waiting to harvest that world of its god tree, she defied the taboo surrounding the fruit and ate it. In doing so, she awakened the Rhine Sharingan and became the sole person on the planet endowed with chakra. Using her newfound power, Kaguya single-handedly ended the wars, and took control of the nations. For her deed of stopping the conflict, she received the blessing of the people and was worshipped as the rabbit goddess, Usagi no Megami. After establishing peace and changing somehow, Kaguya used the infinite Tsukuyomi on humans to transform them into an army of white Zetsu over the course of many years in order to protect her chakra from being stolen by other clan members. In the anime, not wanting mankind to perish, she freed some victims of the genjutsu and erased their memories. While giving birth to her twin sons Hago Romo and Hamura, she dispersed chakra to them, making the pair the first people born with chakra. Ruling by herself and often resorting to cruelty, her jutsu and jutsu were regarded with fear, awe and reverence by humans. At some indefinite point, the rabbit goddess had instead become known as a demon, Oni. Eventually, Kaguya found herself ruled by her own desire to possess all chakra, which eventually turned her against her sons. Having devised a plan to absorb their chakra, she integrated with the god tree and became the Ten Tails, followed by her challenging the twins to battle. Assuming the Ten Tails was an incarnation of the god tree that attacked them to recover the chakra from its stolen fruit, Hago Romo and Hamura sealed the beast's chakra within the former's body while using its husk as the core of Six Paths Chibuko Tensei, creating a celestial body that would become known as the Moon. Hamura later took leadership of the Tsutsuki clan and departed to the moon to guard the beast's remains, while Hago Romo remained on Earth in order to spread chakra to humanity and teach them the concept of ninja. However, just before her sons could completely seal her, Kaguya had manifested her will in the form of an artificial human called Black Zetsu. With the agenda of reviving its mother, Black Zetsu manipulated Hagoromo's eldest son, Indra Tsutsuki, as well as his descendants within the Uchiha clan and his brother's descendants within the Senju clan in an attempt to get one of them to awaken the Rinnegan and break the seal. Madara Uchiha would eventually succeed in obtaining the Rinnegan, and Black Zetsu began secretly manipulating world events to have Kaguya revived. Jared was facing Kaguya and she slashed at her and fired a massive blast of fire at her and it hit her and exploded. Jared, Kaguya's power was so incredible that it easily rivaled that of anyone. She had this crazy technique that enables her to take anyone and anything to any planet in any part of the universe. It was called a Menaminica, which means heavenly governing inside. She took the battle to a distant volcano planet located 34,000 light-years away from Earth. The planet was called Pyron. It was a volcano planet and it was a very inhospitable world. Past Jared, this place you brought us to is intense, Kaguya. Kaguya, it is, and it will make for your ultimate resting place. Past Jared, not if I have anything to say about it. Jared went at Kaguya and punched her in the face and she vanished through a strange portal. Jared, Kaguya was a very slippery and deadly woman. She used this crazy portal technique called Yamatsu Hirasaka, which means underworld slope hill. It enables her to move through anywhere with portals and surprise her enemies. But I was too crafty for her. Jared sensed her behind him and punched her in the face and slashed her body in half. Kaguya then changed her landscape and Jared was on a terrifying cold planet. Jared, Kaguya changed the land again and we were on an ice planet called Cryon. It was cold planet located in the same system. Flashback pauses. Jared, in a way my battle with Kaguya was like a battle across the infinitely vast distances of the cosmos. Me, wow. That's amazing, son. Lori, this Kaguya woman literally sounds like she's incredibly dangerous. Jared, she was. She was like a god and our power was both equal. But we put up one Hiluva fight. Now here's where the part gets good. Flashback resumes. Jared, narrating, after I got out of the simulator, the quicksand damsel alarm went off. A blue alarm light went off. Past Jared, uh-oh. Jared, I went to the computer and triangulated the position it was coming from. I saw it was coming from the Tarn Valley on the border between Sweden and Finland. I flew out to Sweden-Finland border. Jared flew out to said location and he arrived in the Tarn Valley. It was a swampy area. Past Jared, let's see here. Jared looked at his device and the signal was at 500 meters northwest of his position. Past Jared, that way. Jared ran fast northwest. Jared then heard someone calling for help. Jared, as the signal was getting stronger and stronger, I knew that I was getting close. Past Allenby, help me. Hurry. Jared, I saw Allenby up to her shoulders in quicksand and fearing I wasn't gonna make it in time, I went Super Angel. Jared flared up his rainbow Super Angel aura and it enhanced his speed and he flew fast. He flew over at a blazing speed and grabbed Allenby's hand and flew and pulled her out. They flew into the sky and Jared was carrying her as the wind blew the quicksand off. Jared saw how beautiful Allenby was as he carried her bridal style. It was love at first sight. He landed on a tree with his rainbow aura flared up. Past Jared, are you all right? Past Allenby, I think so. Who are you? Past Jared, my name is Jared Knudsen and I'm the son of JD. Knudsen. I saved you. Past Allenby, my name is Allenby Beardsley. How did you find me? Past Jared, our alarm system detected you. I came out here as fast as I could and I saved you. Past Allenby, I am forever grateful to you, Jared. Your aura is amazing. I've never seen it glow with so many beautiful colors. Past Jared, it glows with the beauty of a rainbow like you, Allenby. Allenby then knew that Jared was the one for her. She had found her perfect match made in heaven. Flashback ends. Jared, and that's the story of how me and Allenby met. Everyone, Lori, that is literally the most beautiful story I've ever heard. Lenny, it totes is beautiful. Luna, dude, it turned from an exercise into a rescue. Jared, that's right, Luna. Me, that is an awesome story, son. Lola, it was like a knight saving a captive princess from a tower. Jared, that's an excellent way to put it, Lola. Aqua, it reminds me of what I went through before JD saved me. Me? Oh man. What happened, Aqua? Aqua, it was on the day we killed Xehanort. Flashback. In the realm of darkness during the events of Keys to the Light, Aqua was lost in thought. Aqua, narrating, I was wandering through the realm of darkness. I felt something evil growing and spreading. It was starting to corrupt me as I went deeper and deeper into the realm. Past Aqua, starts to cry, no. I'm a good person. Not a monster. Aqua, I was starting to give up hope. But then I heard your voice, JD. Past me, Aqua. Aqua. Can you hear me? Flashback ends. Aqua, and the rest we already know. Me, that's awful, Aqua. I'm glad we saved you when we did. Aqua, I am too. Terra, same here, Aqua. Ventus, I'm happy too. Me, so how did you guys beat up Benny? William, I smashed his face in, kicked him in the stomach and bit his arm and kicked him right where the sun doesn't shine. Maria, I held him down with my water powers and punched him all over the place at a merciless level. Riku, then I burned him on his arms and legs and punched him all over the place. Me, you guys were merciless on him. Eddie, yeah, but he deserved it for cheating on Luan. Me, as long as you didn't go overboard. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Later we were watching TV and we were watching the most famous and most iconic musicals ever, The Phantom of the Opera. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. In 1911 Paris, the Paris Opera hosts an auction of old theatrical props. Among the attendees is the Vicomte Raoul de Chagny, who purchases a papier-mâché music box and eyes it sadly, remarking how the details are exactly as she said. The auctioneer presents the next item for bid, lot 666, referencing the evil events that took place long ago. a chandelier in pieces, alluding to a connection with the Phantom of the Opera. As the porters remove the drop cloth covering the fixture, it flickers to life and ascends to the ceiling as the auditorium's former grandeur is restored. Overture. It is now 1881 and the cast of a new production, Hannibal, are rehearsing on stage when they learn that new owners, Verm and Andre, are taking over the Paris Opera House. Hannibal rehearsal. Carlotta, the opera's resident soprano prima donna, begins to perform an aria for the new managers when a backdrop inexplicably falls from the flies, barely missing her and prompting anxious chorus girls to whisper, "He's here." The Phantom of the Opera. The managers try to downplay the incident, but Carlotta angrily insists that such things have been happening for 3 years and she storms out, quitting the show. Madame Giry, the opera's ballet mistress, informs Verm and Andre that Christine Dat, a chorus girl and orphaned daughter of a prominent violinist, has been well taught and can sing Carlotta's role. With cancellation of the sold-out show being their only other alternative, the managers reluctantly audition her and are surprised to discover that she is indeed talented. As Christine sings the aria during the evening performance, the opera's new patron, Raoul, the Vicomte de Chagny, recognizes her as his childhood friend and playmate. Think of me. Backstage after her triumphant debut, Christine confesses to her friend Meg, Madame Giry's daughter, that she knows her mysterious teacher only as an invisible angel of music. Angel of music. Raoul pays a visit to Christine's dressing room and the two reminisce about the Angel of Music stories that her late father used to tell them. Christine confides that the angel has visited her and taught her to sing, Little Lottie. Raoul indulges what he assumes are fantasies and insists on taking Christine to dinner. When Raoul leaves to fetch his hat, Christine hears the jealous Phantom's voice and entreats him to reveal himself. The Phantom obliges by appearing as a ghostly, partially masked face in her mirror, the mirror/angel of music, reprise. Believing him to be the angel of music sent by her deceased father, Christine is irresistibly drawn through the mirror to the Phantom, who leads her down into the cellars of the opera house. The two then board a small boat and cross a subterranean lake to his secret lair, the Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom explains that he has chosen Christine to sing his music and serenades her. When he reveals a mirror that reflects an image of her in a wedding dress, the figure in the mirror gestures to Christine and she faints from shock. The Phantom then covers her tenderly with his cloak, the music of the night. As the Phantom is composing music at his organ, Christine awakens to the sound of the monkey music box, I Remember. Overcome with curiosity, she slips behind the Phantom, lifts his mask, and beholds his grotesquely disfigured face. The Phantom rails at her prying gesture and Christine runs in fear. He then ruefully expresses his longing to be loved, stranger than you dreamt it. Moved by pity, Christine returns the mask to the Phantom and he escorts her back above ground. Meanwhile, Joseph Bouquet, the opera's chief stagehand, regales the chorus girls with tales of the opera ghost and his terrible Punjab lasso. Madame Giry arrives and warns Bouquet to exercise restraint or face the Phantom's wrath, magical lasso. In the manager's office, Andre and Verm read notes from the Phantom and are interrupted by Raoul, who accuses them of sending him a note saying that he should make no attempt to see Christine again. Carlotta and Piangi then burst in, demanding to know who sent Carlotta a note warning that her days at the Opera Populaire are numbered. As Andre and Verm try to calm Carlotta, Madame Giry delivers another note from the Phantom. He demands that Christine replace Carlotta as the Countess in the new opera, Il Muto, and that Box 5 be kept empty for him. The managers are warned they will face a disaster beyond imagination if these demands are not met. Notes. Verm and Andre assure the furious Carlotta that she will remain their star and Christine will play the pageboy, a silent role, prima donna. The premiere of Il Muto initially goes well, until the voice of the Phantom suddenly cuts through the performance, enraged that Box 5 was not kept empty for him as he had directed. As Christine whispers that she knows the Phantom is near, Carlotta reminds her that her role is silent, calling her a little toad. The Phantom states that it is Carlotta who is the toad and reduces the diva's voice to a frog-like croak. Furman rushes to defuse the situation by announcing to the audience that Christine will take over the starring role, and he instructs the conductor to bring the ballet forward to keep the audience entertained. Suddenly, the corpse of Joseph Bouquet drops from the rafters, hanging from the Punjab lasso. Furman and Andre plead for calm as mayhem erupts and the Phantom's diabolical laughter is heard throughout the auditorium. Poor fool. He makes me laugh. In the ensuing chaos, Christine escapes with Raoul to the roof and tells him about her subterranean encounter with the Phantom. Why have you brought me here? Raoul. I've been there. Raoul is skeptical but promises to love and protect her, and Christine reciprocates his vow. All I ask of you. Christine and Raoul go back inside, unaware that the Phantom has overheard their entire conversation. The heartbroken Phantom angrily vows revenge before returning to the auditorium and bringing down the chandelier during the curtain call. All I ask of you? Reprise. 6 months later, during a masquerade ball, the Phantom appears in costume as the Red Death. He announces that he has written an opera entitled Don Juan Triumphant and demands that it be produced with Christine, who is now secretly engaged to Raoul, in the lead role, and he warns of dire consequences if his demands are not met. Noticing an engagement ring on a chain around Christine's neck, the Phantom angrily pulls it from her and vanishes in a blinding flash of light. Masquerade / Why so silent? As the masquerade attendees scatter in fear, Raoul accosts Madame Gyri and demands that she reveal what she knows about the Phantom. Gyri reluctantly explains that the Phantom is actually a brilliant scholar, magician, architect, inventor, and composer who was born with a terrifyingly deformed face and was ostracized for it. Feared and reviled by society, he was cruelly exhibited in a cage as part of a traveling fair until he eventually escaped and disappeared. He subsequently took refuge beneath the Opera House, which has now become his home. Before rehearsals, Raoul plots to use the premiere of Don Juan Triumphant as a trap to capture the Phantom and put an end to his reign of terror. Carlotta falsely accuses Christine of being the mastermind, suggesting that it is all a ploy to make her the star. Christine angrily defends herself, explaining that she is his victim just like everyone else. Raoul, knowing of the Phantom's obsession with his fiancée, asserts that the Phantom will attend the opera's premiere and begs a reluctant Christine to help lure the Phantom into the trap, but she refuses. Notes / twisted every way. During rehearsal, PNG is unable to sing his part in the new opera, causing frustration and chaos for everyone. The piano suddenly begins to play the piece by itself, having been possessed by the Phantom, and the entire company immediately sings the proper notes in unison. Torn between her love for Raoul and her awe of the Phantom, Christine visits her father's grave, longing for his guidance, wishing you were somehow here again. The Phantom appears atop the mausoleum, again under the guise of the Angel of Music, Wandering Child. The weary Christine begins to succumb to the Phantom's influence, but Raoul arrives to rescue her. The Phantom taunts Raoul, hurling fireballs at him until Christine begs Raoul to leave with her. Furious, the Phantom declares war upon them both and causes flames to spring up around the mausoleum. Bravo, monsieur. With armed policemen having secured the auditorium and watching for the Phantom, Don Juan Triumphant premieres with Christine and PNG singing the lead roles. During Don Juan's and Aminta's duet, Christine comes to the sudden realization that the Phantom has somehow replaced PNG, Don Juan Triumphant / the point of no return. Mimicking Raoul's vow of devotion on the rooftop, the Phantom once again expresses his love for Christine and forces his ring onto her finger. Christine rips off his mask, showing his horrifically deformed face to the shocked audience. Exposed, the Phantom hurriedly drags Christine off the stage and back to his lair. PNG's corrupt body is revealed backstage and the opera house plunges into chaos. An angry mob, vowing vengeance for the murders of Bouquet and PNG, search for the Phantom. Madame Gyri tells Raoul how to find the Phantom's subterranean lair and warns him to beware the magical lasso. Down once more / track down this murderer. Down in the lair, the Phantom has compelled Christine to don a wedding dress. In a moment of epiphany, she explains that she is not fearful of his physical appearance, but rather his inner nature. Raoul reaches the lair and attempts to persuade the Phantom to spare Christine and begs him for compassion. The Phantom retorts that the world had never shown him any and ensnares Raoul in the Punjab lasso. The Phantom offers Christine an ultimatum: if she will stay with him, he will spare Raoul, but if she refuses, Raoul will die, the point of no return reprise. As the Phantom and Raoul both vie for Christine, she sadly asks the Phantom what life he has been forced to live. Finally, she tells the Phantom that he is not alone and kisses him, showing him compassion for the first time in his life. Having experienced kindness at last, the Phantom realizes that he cannot win Christine by force and sets them both free. Raoul hurries Christine out of the lair, but she returns alone to give the Phantom back his ring. The Phantom once again pledges his love to her as she tearfully exits the lair to rejoin Raoul. As the angry search mob closes in, the devastated Phantom huddles on his throne beneath his cloak. Meg is first to reach the lair and finds no one there. She approaches the throne with curiosity and quickly pulls away the Phantom's cloak, but finds only his mask. She lifts the mask up into the light and gazes at it in wonder as the curtain falls. Finale. ******. We watched and we saw that the Phantom of the Opera wore a mask because 35% of his face was horribly scarred and disfigured. Me? Geez. I'll never forget seeing that. Nico? Me neither. Lana? What happened to him? Me? He got horribly scarred and disfigured because he was burned in a fire. He wore that mask ever since. Lainey? I'll never forget seeing that. Lisa? Indeed. But this is one of the most sensational performances of the world. Sakura? It sure is Lisa. Phew. I love operas like this. It's so exquisite. Me? You sound just like Ultra Humanite. Phew. Phew. He got me into it. It's so serene and tranquil. We heard their song on the movie and it was awesome. But in the end we heard the blood-curdling scream and it sent shivers of fear down our spines. Me? That is so terrifying. Nico was looking through his books and he picked The Phantom of the Auditorium. Nico, next on our hit list is The Phantom of the Auditorium. Me? I remember that one, Nico. Lori, what is The Phantom of the Auditorium? Me? It's about a ghost that haunts an auditorium at a school in Idaho. Naruto, I would normally be scared, but I got over my fear of ghosts. Sakura, that's great, Naruto. Fu, who is this ghost? Me, believe it or not guys, he's really a child actor that first got the lead role as the Phantom in that version of The Phantom of the Opera. This was back in the 1920s. The Phantom's name is Brian Colson and he vanished over 90 years ago. Livewire, how did that happen? Me, we don't have any idea, Leslie. Volcana, we got to get over there and find out. Me, you're right, Claire. Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Jamie, and Team Loud Fairy Wind. Me and Jamie, let's fly. We set out for Boise, Idaho. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Boise, Idaho. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We arrived in Boise, Idaho. Me, Boise, Idaho. The potato capital of the world. Lewin, it's something to get starched up about. Laughs, get it? We laughed at Lewin's joke. Me, laughs, good one, Lewin. Eddie, laughs, that was a good one. We went to the Boise school where the play was being held. We walked into the school. There we met Brooke Rogers. Brooke, Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Welcome to our school. Me, thanks Brooke. It's a pleasure to meet you. Brooke, same here. Me, we came here to face your little ghost problem. Brooke, yeah, there have been hauntings. I think it's the real Phantom of the Auditorium. Let me show you where it's at. Me, okay. We went to the school auditorium. Maria, this auditorium is really nice. Brooke, thanks. Me, it sure is a nice place. Eddie, this brings back memories. Lewin, it sure does. We did Romeo and Juliet and it was amazing. Eddie, it was our first play together. Me, that was an outstanding performance. Nico, you guys told me about that and that was so awesome. Me, it sure was Nico. You would have loved it and cried at the same time. Lori, it literally was a spectacular performance. Max Cooper, personally, I think you look cute with those glasses on. Brooke, thanks Max. Me, we have to be ready for it. The play is being held tonight and we won't let this phantom ruin it. Suddenly Danny and Lincoln had a ghost sense. Lincoln, there's a ghost near. We saw the lights go out and out came the phantom of the auditorium. Me, the phantom. Danny, ready Lincoln? Lincoln, ready Danny. Danny and Lincoln, we're going ghost. Danny and Lincoln turned into Danny Phantom and Lincoln Phantom. Me, let's get him. I punched the phantom in the face and his mask flew off and his face was horribly scarred and disfigured just like the Phantom of the Opera. He had burns over 60% of his face. Me, whoa. Lincoln, whoa. He really needs a plastic surgeon. Danny, took the words right out of my mouth. Lincoln. Eddie, to the phantom, you know, if you can talk, feel free to do so. The phantom roared. Brooke, I want to help out too. Me, okay Brooke. Rather was sitting in the seats and it was gonna be an awesome fight. Rather, is there any popcorn at this school? Lana got him some. Suddenly we got an amazing surprise. The spirits of Christine Day and Eric the Phantom from the Phantom of the Opera appeared. Lainey, wow. Christine Day and Eric the Phantom. Christine, British accent, it's an honor to meet you. Lainey loud. Eric, we've seen your achievements from heaven and they were amazing. Lainey, we don't like to brag. Christine, we would like to sing for you while you all fight this phantom imposter. Lainey, cool. It would be a great honor. Christine, okay. The song played and the organ being heard was awesome. Christine and Eric, singing divinely. In sleep he sang to me. In dreams he came. That voice which calls to me. And speaks my name. And do I dream again? For now I find. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Inside my mind. Sing once again with me. Our strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. And though you turn from me to glance behind, the Phantom of the Opera is here. Inside your mind. Those who have seen your face draw back in fear. I am the mask you wear. It's me they hear. My spirit and my voice. In one combined. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Inside my mind. In all your fantasies you always knew. That man and mystery were both in you. And in this labyrinth. Where night is blind. The Phantom of the Opera is here. Inside my mind. He's there. The Phantom of the Opera. As the song played the fight raged on with the Phantom of the Auditorium and it was a rough one. Nico punched him in the face and I punched him in the stomach and kicked him in the stomach. Brooke punched and kicked him in the crotch and stomach and kicked him in the face and Lincoln fired a powerful blast of lightning and ecto energy and burned him and Danny punched him in the face and let out a powerful sonic ghost wail and blew him into the wall. The Phantom of the Auditorium got up and went at us and I dodged one of his punches and kicked him in the face and Max Cooper punched him and slashed him with his claws. Max Cooper, the shark bitly. Lola fired a massive blast of fire and burned him all over and his cape was torched. Lola, you burn me up. Lana kicked him in the chest and fired a powerful blast of ice lightning and froze him and she shattered it into a million pieces. Lana, you are about to get chilly. But he reformed and Lucy and Maggie fired powerful blasts of black fire and black lightning and they hit him and he screamed. Lucy, fear and darkness consume. Lincoln and Linka fired powerful blasts of lightning and it was a fierce electrocution. Linka, ghosts shock me. Lincoln, me too. Everyone in the school came and they were absolutely amazed and floored about what they were seeing. Team Loud Phoenix Storm and Brooke and Zeke were fighting the Phantom of the Auditorium, and it was an awesome fight. Everyone couldn't believe that the Phantom of the Auditorium was really real. G1 Smokescreen. No mercy. Naruto. Believe it. We did our combos, and G1 Smokescreen used the Earth Cyber Planet Key to enhance his Electrodisruptor rifle, and Naruto used the Animatron Cyber Planet Key and it enhanced his 6-path Sage Mode 100-fold. They used a powerful combo called Lightning Solar System Raise Nan. Smokescreen fired his Electrodisruptor rifle, and Naruto formed a powerful planetary Raise Nan with 9 mini Rasengan orbs of chakra infused with the elemental powers of the 9-tailed beasts, and the lightning enveloped them and turned it into a deadly solar system of power. Naruto slammed it into the Phantom and it exploded with incredible power. I contained the explosion in a powerful force field. Naruto got out of the force field after the smoke cleared, and G1 Wild Rider used the Earth Cyber Planet Key and it enhanced his Scattershot laser gun 100-fold, and Sandpit used the Earth Cyber Planet Key to enhance his sand powers 100-fold. They used a powerful combo called Laser Shot Sandstorm. Wild Rider fired a massive Scattershot blast of lasers, and Sandpit made a massive wall of sand, and the blasts hit the Phantom of the Auditorium all over as the sand covered them. Sandpit roared. G1 Wild Rider, that's blowing them away. Lucy, you will experience what true fear is like. We did our final smashes, and Lucy used her final smash called Night Lightning Fear Strike, and it was where she fired a massive blast of black lightning and it turned into the most terrifying monsters and demons ever imagined, and they hit the Phantom and electrocuted and exploded. Danny Phantom used his final smash called Ghost Storm Death Cyclone, and it was where he releases a massive ghost whale that turns into a massive tornado, and ghosts appear around it as it spins the target and the ghosts explode. Danny, you are not a true ghost. Brooke used her first ever final smash called Firestorm Spirit Strike, and it was where she fires a massive blast of fire and it turns into a massive swarm of ghosts made of pure fire, and they hit the target and explode in a kamikaze formation. Danny sucked in the Phantom of the Auditorium into the Fenton Thermos, and the song ended. Brooke, never come back again Phantom. Danny, show's over Phantom. Danny and Lincoln reverted back, and everyone in the auditorium cheered wildly for us. Me, thank you. Thank you all. Christine, Eric, it was so awesome having you here with us during the battle. Thank you. Christine, it was our pleasure. JD. You guys are everything we've seen. Eric, it's true. You all keep bringing those bad guys to justice. Me, with pleasure. Eric. Eric and Christine went back to heaven. Brooke, JD, that was so awesome. I didn't know I had the power to do a final smash. Me, it was your first one ever. Everyone has the power to do a final smash, Brooke. You just have to reach deep down and find that kind of power. Ms. Walker came up to us. Ms. Walker, JD, you all were amazing. Me, thank you Ms. Walker. I'm sorry about all the damage done to the auditorium. Ms. Walker, no worries. But thank you so much. And Brooke, we were wrong about not believing you when you told us that the Phantom was haunting the auditorium. Brooke, it's all right Ms. Walker. Danny, to the viewers, ghosts everywhere, watch out. If you mess with Team Loud Phoenix Storm, we're coming for you. We stayed to watch the whole play of the Phantom, and it was a magnificent performance. Nico caught a Railu and a Hippow down when we got back. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete. The Phantom of the Auditorium in the Goosebumps books reminded me of the Phantom of the Opera, and that is one of my favorite plays by Andrew Lloyd Webber and favorite songs by Sarah Brightman, and they were awesome. Every time I would hear the ending of the song, I would always get shivers of fear down my spine. But we made another Goosebumps monster bite the dust. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time. Songs and movies belong to their rightful owners.